Hi everybody, it's Tracy, and today I have something a little different for you. This is a very impromptu tutorial. Okay, so I just finished this card that I did for a swap. It's actually one half of a swap. I have to make 10 cards, 5 of one design. So I have to have 2 designs. So I just finished this card. And I cut up everything. I finished the prototype, I should say. And I cut up everything and I'm getting ready to do my little assembly line. And I figured, well, this is a very simple card and this might make a good tutorial. So this is what you're going to get. And I'm going to show you the card. This is the card that I'm going to make and do a little tutorial on for you. Okay? Oops. And since this is like, I'm not a tutorial maker, this is going to be very raw. There's no editing or anything. So you're just going to get what you get, and I hope you like it. And so let's begin. Let me try to set up this camera. I cannot see what I am really doing here, so I'm going to trust that I'm getting in frame. Alright, so first of all, what we're using is the Recollections, what is this called? Midnight Magic, the new Recollections designer paper this year. Okay. For the base of the card, we will be using paper tray ink, True Black. Alright. What I did is I've already done my stamping, and this is the stamp we'll use. And it's by Inkadinka. So I've done the stamping and I've done the cutting. And let's see. Let me start. And all I did is I cut the paper tray ink in half, the paper tray ink paper in half, and I scored it, folded it and scored it, and this is what we have. Okay. Then we have our 2 pieces of paper. Let me move this down more so you can see better. Okay, and so all I'm going to do basically is eyeball this to see how I want what length I want it to be, and I want it to be about that length. Okay, so what I do is simply mark it. I don't know if you can see that. Of course you can't see that. Let me see if I can get closer. Well, that's as close as I think I can get. So anyway, you won't see details in this tutorial, but you will get the idea. I used my ATG tape there. And I'm going to just tape that piece together like that. Okay. So I think that's the length is good. And I know I want this to be 4 inches wide. So I can get my cutter and cut it at 4 inches. Okay. We have that. Next step is some distressing. And I'm just distressing the edges with black soot distress ink. Okay, so that's done. Move that. Next, get my little piece. What I used for the trim, sorry, is my Martha Stewart punch, and it's called Spiderweb, in case you don't know what that is. And that will go right here. But first of all, I have to put my ribbon on. And this is just Celebrations sheer black ribbon. Okay, all I do is just cut it. I always cut it a little bit long. I'm going to use the cheater method. Plain tape that I just tape on, and this tape piece is way too long, but it's in the back and nobody will see it, so nobody will care. Okay, so just tape that on there. We have our ribbon. See that? Okay. Next part is to get our spiderweb trim on. And all I do is I put a little bit of glue. This is Tombow glue. Tombow Mono Aqua glue. And I put a little bit on underneath the ribbon so it'll stay down. And then I put a little bit across on that line there. And then I put my trim. And the little middle part of the trim, the halfway point, I just put it right on the line. It makes it very easy to get it straight. You just press it. Whoops. See, I got a little gummy. But that dries clear. Okay. I don't know what you just saw because I wasn't looking in the camera, but hopefully it was okay. Okay. So my next step is to just trim it. Okay. Hold on a minute. I was off camera there. Alright, so we have that. Next, we're going to tape with the ATG. Put tape on the back. Always put it right on the ribbon part so that it will stay down. I use lots of tape because I don't want my stuff going anywhere. Alright, so here's the card, and you just place it on your base, your card base. Place the paper. I just have to make sure it's straight enough. Nothing's ever perfect, so, but good enough. So that's what we have so far. Okay, so the next step is to get the little card. Oh, and for this part, I just used some Recollections paper. Not paper, but cardstock, and I've just stamped it in black archival ink. And now I'm going to just round the edges, the corners rather. Okay, corners are rounded. Then I distress with black soot. That's done. Okay, so that's going to go right here. So let me get my pop dots. But first of all, to make sure I have it in the right spot, I like to make my little knot, my little cheater knot here. And that's a little scrap piece of ribbon because I don't want the knot to be too big. Just want it small. And so there we have it. Let me make sure I could just... Good thing about the cheater knot is that you can just move it where you want it to be. Okay, so that's where I want that. And I'm going to use some 3D foam squares or pop dots, whatever. Not pop dots, but yeah, no, pop dots. Whatever you have. Adhesive that's going to make your card pop up. That's what you want. Okay. So I just peel it. And place it where I want it to be, which is right about here. Okay. Almost done. Now we take our little bats, and this is just Recollections adhesive embellishments, and they're bats. So I just need 2 of those. Take one, peel off the back. Let me get my Zots. This is what I use. Since it's so little, I just don't want to use the glue gun, and I just get it off that way. Whoops, dropped that. Okay, so, and I'm just going to glue it right on the bow. Okay, right there. And now, since I've done that, it's time to trim my bow down. Remember, I don't want the bow to be long. Just a little bow. So that's trimmed. Okay. So now you take your other little bat and peel the backing off. And it goes right here. Okay? So the front is done, the front of the card. And all I do for the inside is I have this paper that I cream Recollections paper, and I cut the corners with a spider web punch, and I will distress around the edges of this. I did not mention that this is a standard A2 card. I didn't give any measurements because for a standard A2 card, you can figure it out, and it's individual, whatever, however you want to do it. Because I know I very seldom do the exact measurements that are given to me, because I just don't. I don't know why. Okay. So that's all distressed and ready to go, and that goes on the inside of the card. And that's the inside. And that's the outside. And we're done. That's the card. Wasn't that pretty simple? Prototype. First on the assembly line. That's that. I hope you all enjoyed my impromptu tutorial. And thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.